What's going on here? What's up with all the lace curtains hanging on the closet door?
No touch! No touch the curtains! What are you, a toddler? You always have to touch everything.
Well, what are they doing here?
If I'm going to be staying here, I want it to look nice.
What's wrong with the way it looked?
It looks like a bunch of kids built it.
That's the point. It's a clubhouse, vertical kids clubhouse. It's supposed to look like this.
You know what your problem is? You have low blood sugar. Come on, I'll make you some pasta. Come sit down.
I don't need any pasta. What are the kids going to think when they see all of this?
They're going to think it's beautiful. I mean, look at the lace and the pillows and the flowers. Oh, it's so lovely.
I doubt it.
Come on, I'll make you something to eat. Come on, just follow me.
I told you, I'm not hungry.
What's the matter, huh? Why are you so upset?
It's the curtains. I don't like the curtains. And what's up with all the pictures of Bobby Flay?
No touch Bobby! No touch him!
Oh, okay. The pictures can stay. But the curtains, they gotta go.
Hey, no! Hey, no touch my curtains! No, that's my curtains! Don't touch them! Why you know?
Aunt Sylvia, I'm so sorry.
I made these curtains myself.
I'm so sorry. Maybe I can fix it?
No touch. I'm not speaking to you.
But I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to rip. Please forgive me.
You asked me to stay here, then you ripped my curtains?
I didn't ask you to stay here. No, it's okay. I'm sorry for yelling.
I'm telling you, you're just hangry, a little bit of hungry, a little bit angry. You need some food in your belly. That's what you need. So come on, I'll make you some food.
Look,
you feel a lot better. Come on.
No, thank you. Look, what can we do to make you feel more comfortable without all these lace curtains everywhere?
Why do you hate my curtains, huh? What's wrong with them, huh?
I don't hate the curtains. I just don't think they belong in a kid's clubhouse. So what can I do to make you feel more at home?
You're just gonna say no. I know you. You're gonna say no.
Look, I promise, Scout's honor, I won't say no. Besides, what could be worse than all these lace curtains? Me and my big mouth.
Stop talking to the camera. Pay attention. You're missing a spot. And now hurry up. I got the pasta. It's getting cold.
We're number one. We're number one. We're number one. We're number one. Oh, hi. Welcome to Vertical Kids Clubhouse, the only clubhouse where we can have fun learning about God and His Word. And I want you to know that we're number one. Well, not me, but the Bluefish. See, I love to go to Bluefish baseball games, and they're a really great team. They're really cool. And guess what? They're number one. In fact, the last time I was at the stadium, I got this really cool foam finger that, guess what says their number? What is it? Number one, baby. Number one in our hearts. Number one in the field. They are number one. Woohoo! And I get to the stadium and I cheer and I jump up and down and I scream and shout. My team wins. But what would you think if I went to the stadium and I was sitting in the seats and I stood up and said, I'm number one. I'm number one. I'm number one. All the people around will be looking at me like, what's up with you? Are you a little crazy? It's not about you. You're not on the field. You're not playing the game. You're in the stands. Yes, you have your foam finger, but you're not number one. Who's number one? The Bluefish are number one. And in our story today, we're going to learn about something that Jesus dealt with. Jesus was somebody that always lived his life cheering for others. He didn't cheer for himself. He cheered others on. He wanted others to be in a good position. He wanted others to be loved. He always put others first, because our series this month is You First. Not you first, but putting others first. Other yous first, right? So let's look at our story from Matthew chapter 14. It's a really cool story, and it's all about this. There was a king over Israel, and his name was Herod, and he was not a good dude. He was large and in charge, and above all, he was selfish. And he was dating his brother Philip's wife, Herodias, which he shouldn't be doing. That is a no-no. That is a bad thing, right? Because Herodias was still married to Philip, but Herod was dating her. Not good at all. And John the Baptist, Jesus' cousin, had said publicly, because he was out there preaching the gospel, telling everybody to change their lives and to look for the Messiah, to look for Jesus to come. He said these words. He said, Herod, what you're doing is wrong. That's a no-no. You shouldn't do that. So Herod was mad at John, but he was afraid to do anything about it because all the people said, John really speaks for God. And then Herodias was really mad at John and is trying to get Herod to do something, but he wouldn't. Well, Herod threw this big party, and all the most famous people were there. And then Herodias has a daughter, and she came in and she danced for Herod. And Herod was so excited and so happy and so like, whoa, this is amazing. He promised with his own words to give her whatever she asked. So the daughter ran to mommy and said, Mommy, what do you want me to do? And she said, ask for John the Baptist's head on a plate. Literally, behead John. And she said to Herod, Herod's daughter said, I want John the Baptist's head on a plate. Herod was very sad. He couldn't believe he had to do this, but he did. So he had John beheaded and brought the head on a plate, gave it to Herodias' daughter, and she gave it to her mommy. Now, they're all happy. John the Baptist is gone. He's out of the picture. Everything is good and happy and right. But was it really? See, it's an amazing story, but it's crazy because John the Baptist is Jesus' cousin. He's Jesus' boyhood friend. He's the closest person to Jesus. In fact, he's the only one that knows Jesus is the Son of God, the Savior of the world. And so when John's followers heard what had happened, they ran to Jesus and told him. And Jesus was so sad. It broke his heart. It hurt him so much that he literally just got into a boat and kind of floated across the lake to the other side. And it wasn't a small lake, mind you. He floated across the lake to the other side. He just wanted to be alone. He just wanted to be quiet. He just wanted to be sad and feel bad because he had lost his best friend. Can you imagine that? Losing your best friend because somebody didn't like him? They just cut off his head because they wanted to? That's not cool. You see, Herod was selfish because he wanted to be the one that was important. And he wanted Philip's wife, which was bad. Herodias was selfish because she wanted John dead for saying that's wrong. And Herodias' daughter wanted everybody to see how amazing she was when she danced and to please her mommy in a not good way, so she was selfish. So 3 selfish people had caused Jesus' cousin to lose his head. And so Jesus goes across the lake, right? But all the people, the thousands and thousands of people who've been following Jesus, they need to be healed. They want to be healed. So they run around the lake and they get to the other side of the lake before Jesus gets there by boat. So Jesus goes to get off the boat all sad and down because he misses his cousin. And he's so sad because of what has happened. And he looks up and there's thousands of people begging him to heal them. Now, Jesus could have gotten really angry at that moment and said, can't you give a guy a break? Can't you leave me alone? Can't you let me just mourn? My cousin just died. Give me 5 minutes just to breathe. But you know what? Jesus didn't do that. He loves so much. He cares so much. Do you know what he did? He got off of that boat, put aside his feelings, and healed every single person in that huge, huge crowd. Wow. That's amazing. You see, the true test of us putting other people first is not doing it when you feel like it, when it's convenient, when it's easy, but doing it when you don't feel like it, when it's not convenient, when it's not easy, when it's not a good time. That's the true test. And that's exactly what Jesus did. It's kind of like our memory verse today. It's Philippians chapter 2, verse 4 says this. Don't think about your own affairs, the things going on in your life, everything that's going on with you. Don't do that. But instead, be interested in other people and what's going on in their lives and how they're doing. Think about other people and put them first, even when you don't feel like it. But you might say, Pastor Jeff, how? How in the world can I do that? How can I do that? Well, Jesus was able to do it, so we must be able to do it too. So I want to give you a picture to help you understand this. You know, we all come into the world the same way. We're born as a baby, right? And when babies come in, they have lots of needs. They need to be fed, they need to be clothed, they need to be held, they need to be taken care of. And we give babies things like we give them rattles to make noise so they can play with, and they have all kinds of fun, right? But here's the challenge with a baby. A baby wants what it wants based on how it feels. So if it feels hungry, wah, 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 it wants food. If it's supposed to be sleeping at the nighttime, in the middle of the nighttime at 2 in the morning, but it wants to be awake, wah, wah, wah. If it wants its mommy, it cries. If it wants food, it cries. If it wants its diaper, it cries. If it wants its rattle, it cries. Babies want what they want because babies operate on their feelings. What they feel and what they think at that moment, that's what they do. They act on how they feel. And Jesus could have done that when he came across the boat. He could have acted on the feelings of sorrow and sadness and hurt and pain and loneliness. And he could have said, no, leave me alone. But instead of acting on his feelings, Jesus acted in love. You say, but Pastor Jeff, isn't love a feeling? No. Love's really not a feeling. You can feel love, but love's a decision. It's a choice you make. And Jesus chose to take care of those other people's needs rather than his own. And you can do that too. See, a baby doesn't make that choice. A baby just wants what it wants. It's just as selfish as Herod or Herodias' daughter, all the same kind of thing. But that's not the way we should be. We should be different. We can do this because we can choose to put other people first. We can choose to say, no, you first. I choose you and what you need and what's important to you first over what I think and what I feel and what I need. You know, the problem is that our earthly bodies want what they want and our earthly feelings want what they want. But we can choose inside our heart and what God, based on what God says in his word, to do things God's way and not our own selfish way. So what would that look like for you? Let's say you had a really hard day at school. The teacher was mean to you. Your friends were mean to you at recess. You spilled your lunch. It was just a really, really bad day. And you come home and you walk in the door and your mom says, hey, honey, glad you're home. Can you take out the garbage for me? I don't want to take out the garbage inside, you think. I just want to do what I want to do. I want to be alone. I want to go play my video game. I want to relax. I want to go cry in my room. But should you do that? No. Take a few seconds. Make the decision that I'm going to put my mom first and the family's needs first. I'm going to just take out the garbage and then go do what I need to do. Let's say you had a lot of homework that night and you had to do it, and you've been doing it for 2 hours and you're all done, and now you want to play your video game and your little baby brother or sister is playing. You could say, hey, get out of the way, I need to play. That's going to cause a fight, right? Like we learned last time, that's not good. But what about instead saying, hey, I know you're playing and you look like you're having fun. When do you think you could be done tonight so I could play too? And of course, if they say, I'm not giving up the game, then you go to your mom and dad and say, Mom, can you help me with this? But see, those are real life things you can do. Those are ways where you can choose to love and to put other people first over what you feel and what you need. You're sitting at the dinner table and the food's there and you're really hungry. Let your baby brothers, let your mom and dad, let them eat first. Let them get the food first before you dive in. That's easy to do. It's not hard. And it's a decision you can make. And if you make that decision again and again and again in your life, guess what? You'll end up coming to the place where you put other people first, even when you don't feel like it. So what I want you to do this week is to go out and practice that. When you find moments when you don't feel like helping others, make a decision to help them anyway. And remember, our big answer this week is this, okay? Like Jesus, I choose to put others first, even when I don't feel like it. Even when it's not easy, even when it's hard. Like Jesus, I choose to put others first, even when I don't feel like it. So stay safe, be well. Remember, we love you very much, and we'd love to see you at church sometime here on a Sunday morning at 225 Malloy Road, West Haven, Connecticut. Okay? Love to see you. You can go to verticalct.com to check us out. But you know what? Remember this. Jesus loves you most of all. Till we see you again next time.